Hi, it's good to be with you.
Blood type B.
Which common and troubling diseases and conditions affect you, and how it is related to your blood type? Let's start with aging diseases. Researchers at the University of Sheffield in England found that blood type B has less gray matter in the brain, offering weaker protection against diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. In particular, your type has less gray matter in the area of the brain dealing with memory formation. You are at risk for slow-moving viruses and neuromuscular problems that can appear and worsen as you age. Let's move on to allergies. Let's dive into asthma and hay fever. By design, you appear to be less prone to developing allergies unless you eat wrong food like chicken and corn. Lectins can trigger allergies in even the most resistant of you. Let's look into autoimmune disorders. Both multiple sclerosis and Lou Gehrig's disease appear to be more frequent in your type because you have a tendency to get unusual, slow-growing viral and neurological disorders. You cannot fight the virus because you don't produce anti-B antibodies, and you produce nitric oxide easily. Blood disorders. If you eat a proper diet, you will not tend to suffer from anemia. You have high acid levels in your stomach and sufficient levels of intrinsic factor. You don't suffer from clotting disorders or thick blood. If you follow blood type diet, you'll be able to maintain a balanced system that works efficiently. Cardiovascular disease. You normally have a natural highest level of enzyme called phosphatase, which is manufactured in the small intestine, and you have lower levels of serum cholesterol and triglycerides. It doesn't mean that you don't have risk factors for cardiovascular diseases. If you eat food that is high in carbohydrates, it can lead to insulin resistance, obesity, and high triglycerides. Childhood illnesses. Type B children are less susceptible to conjunctivitis. Type B children will often contract diarrhea if they eat excessively wheat products, or it can also happen if they eat chicken and corn. Children who are type B secretors have a problem with norovirus, which is a common cause of diarrhea. Type B children seem to develop ear infections less frequently. The culprit is usually a viral infection that then leads to a bacterial infection with Haemophilus, which you are usually susceptible to. There's a variety of different causes for attention deficit hyperactivity disorders. The connection to blood type is yet to be made conclusive. Type B children do well with swimming and calisthenics. Type B children contract strep more often because of their increased vulnerability to bacterial infection. However, they also recover more easily and completely. They are less susceptible to viral infection mononucleosis. They are more at risk for developing severe mumps. Let's look into diabetes. Blood type B individuals are more prone to type 1 diabetes caused by lack of insulin. You might want to add fava beans to your diet. Digestive illnesses. The common symptoms of celiac disease are chronic diarrhea, weight loss, iron deficiency, and other evidence of nutrient malabsorption. Non-secretors are 200 times more likely to have celiac than secretors. Every blood type is susceptible to constipation. Eat enough high fiber, drink enough water and juices, and exercise regularly. Supplement your diet with fibrous, unprocessed bran. Crohn's disease and colitis involves a major stress component. If you suffer from inflammatory bowel disease, pay careful attention to your stress patterns. You tend to develop more of a mucus colitis, which is not as bloody, which is a good news. Follow blood type diet. When it comes to food poisoning, you are more likely to be severely affected by consuming food contaminated with the Shigella organism. It's a bacteria found on plants that cause dysentery. Ulcers produced by hyperacidity is more common in your type. Infections. Viral infections are less frequent and milder. You should avoid the obvious problem foods such as corn, chicken, and buckwheat. Nuts are hard to digest. You need to eliminate them and reduce the amount of wheat products in your diet. If you are immunocompromised, dairy can be a digestive irritant. Avoid it even if you are not lactose intolerant. You have fewer bronchial infection. It results from eating improper diets that produce excessive mucus in the respiratory passages, which facilitates the growth of blood type mimicking bacteria such as B-like Haemophilus bacteria. Those of you who follow blood type diet appear to be less prone to candidiasis organism. If you have a history of candidiasis, cut down on your wheat consumption. Non-secretors have increased susceptibility for candidiasis. There are hundreds of different strains of cold virus. It would be impossible to see blood type specificity in all of them. Polio is a viral infection of the nervous system, and you are susceptible to virally sparked nervous system disorders. It shows a high frequency in your type. You are more prone to chronic sinus infection. There is good evidence that if you are type B, you are more susceptible to recurrent bladder infections, especially if you are non-secretor. It is claimed that the Anopheles mosquito, which carries malaria, tend to bite type B. Parasites can live fairly well in anyone's digestive tract. However, they don't seem to have any special preference for blood type B. Many of the parasitic worms such as tapeworm and the Ascaris parasite have a resemblance to type B. It is found in greater frequency in you. Liver disease. A Japanese research team discovered fewer number of type B received treatment for alcoholism. It's a good indicator. Infections, allergies, and metabolic disorders can cause liver damage. Jaundice is often seen in people with hepatitis. Gallstones is linked to obesity. Cirrhosis can be caused by infections, diseases of bile duct, or other illnesses that affect the liver. It is not fully understood why type B tend to have highest levels of gallstones, disease of the bile ducts, jaundice, and cirrhosis of the liver. Common tropical infections of liver causing fibrosis or scarring appear to a marked degree to a lesser extent in you. Alcoholism has most dramatic impact on liver. Although it affects many bodily systems, it has a major stress component. Skin disorders. In the comments below, write your experience with blood type diet. To date, there is little blood type specific information available on skin disorders. Women and reproduction. Many of the disorders related to pregnancy result from some form of blood type incompatibility. ABO incompatible couples. A type A male fertilizing a type O female. One 1975 study of 288 miscarriages showed there was an excess of blood type B in otherwise normal fetuses. In a study, an excess of type O women were found to suffer from toxemia, resulting possibly from a reaction to a type A or type B fetus. Several studies imply that birth defects appear to be caused by maternal ABO incompatibility with fetal nervous and blood tissue. Hemolytic disease, which is a blood-destroying disease, is a condition that afflicts only the offspring of Rh negative women. It does not concern B positive. The blood group link to infertility is not yet fully established. In both European and non-European populations, the rate of male offspring is higher if both the baby and mother are type B. If you are type B and entering menopause, begin to exercise as recommended for your type, appropriate to your current fitness and lifestyle. Eat a high-protein diet. Conventional estrogen replacement generally works reasonably well unless you have a high risk factor for breast cancer. The basic issue with most diseases is susceptibility or lack of resistance. Most microbes have the ability to mimic antigens, which overwhelms and takes control. And that is the reason why you see one person perfectly healthy while everyone else is falling sick with flu or cold. It's all about susceptibility. Thank you for hitting the like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for new videos. Thank you for watching. Be fabulous. Heal your body and mind. See you in my next video. Until then, take care.